Today, we're going to tell a story. And you know what? It's probably your story too. It's about a journey through the digital world, this place we all spend so much of our time. We're going to follow a hero who's navigating it all for the very first time. Let's dive in. So here's the big question that kicks everything off. We're going to follow a character, let's call them Netizen N, as they take their first steps into this huge, sprawling digital universe. And we're going to discover what that trail they're leaving behind really means. Okay, so our journey begins. Imagine Netizen N stepping into the online world for the first time. It's bright, it's exciting, it's full of connections and endless information. But with every single click, something invisible is being left behind. As Netizen N starts exploring, clicking on websites, sending a message, watching a video, they're leaving this glowing, invisible trail of data. And that is their digital footprint. The key thing here is that it's created with every single thing they do online, whether they realize it or not. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. See, that trail isn't all the same. Netizen N leaves these bright, obvious footprints. We call those active footprints every time they choose to share something, like, say, posting a photo or writing a comment. But then, there are these other, fainter footprints left behind automatically. These are the passive ones. Things like their IP address or which websites they visited. This is the stuff that kind of quietly shapes their whole online experience. All right, on to the next stage of the journey. Netizen N now finds themselves in a super busy digital town square. It's packed with other netizens, it's noisy, it's a little chaotic, and just like any real-world community, this one has its own set of rules you're just supposed to know. And this is where Netizen N learns about netiquette. Think of it as proper online manners. They figure out they need to be ethical, which is a fancy way of saying don't steal other people's stuff. They learn to be respectful, of other people's privacy and their opinions. And maybe most importantly, they realize they have a responsibility to not be a bully online. And then, lurking under a metaphorical forum bridge, Netizen N meets a strange character, a troll. Now, this creature isn't there to have a real conversation. Nope, it just wants to stir up trouble for its own entertainment. Netizen N learns the golden rule really fast. Don't feed the trolls. Just ignore them, and they totally lose their power. The journey continues. Next stop for our hero, a massive, beautiful digital library. But instead of being filled with books, this place is filled with these glowing orbs of light. And each orb is a unique, original idea. A piece of art, an invention, a story. So this amazing library is protected by these powerful forces called intellectual property rights. You've got copyright, which protects all the creative stuff like music and art. Then there's the patent, which guards brand new inventions. And finally, trademark, which protects all those logos and brand names we recognize instantly. As Netizen N is looking around, they see another character try to snatch one of those glowing orbs and pretend it's theirs. All of a sudden, this loud alarm goes off. That's plagiarism. And in that moment, Netizen N realizes, wow, taking credit for someone else's work is a huge deal in the digital world. But, the journey is about to take a pretty dark turn. Lured in by a flashy pop-up ad, Netizen N wanders off the main path and into the stormy, shadowy corner of the digital world. And this is where the villains hang out, just waiting. And the first villain to creep out of the shadows is the Fisher. This thing is a total master of disguise, a shapeshifter, and its whole game is built on trickery. So, the Fisher sends an email that looks exactly like it's from a place you trust, like your bank or maybe your school. It's trying to trick Netizen N into handing over their password, and the goal is always, always the same, to steal their identity and personal info. But deeper in the shadows, another threat is lurking. This one's a little more direct and a lot more invasive. It's the hacker. Now, we have to be clear here. We're not talking about the good guys who help companies find security flaws. No, this is a black hat hacker. Picture them like a digital burglar, this shadowy figure who's literally trying to pick the locks on Netizen N's accounts to steal their data or just cause chaos. Just when Netizen N thinks they've seen the worst of it, the ground starts to tremble. The final villain shows up, and this one is a straight-up monster. The ransomware beast just smashes its way in, grabs Netizen N's most important files, we're talking photos, personal documents, and locks them up in a digital cage that's impossible to break. Then it makes its demand, pay me or you'll never see your stuff again. It's terrifying. Shaken, but totally determined, Netizen N manages to escape from that dark forest. They've seen the dangers now, they get it, and they're ready to learn how to fight back. It is time to gear up. First up, Netizen N forges a powerful shield. This shield represents the legal protections we have, like data privacy laws, that give us a way to fight back against cybercrime. Then they build their armor, things like strong, unique passwords, keeping antivirus software up to date, and just knowing what safe browsing habits look like. So, Netizen N is now armed and protected, ready to face anything. But wait, there's one last, really important lesson. Being a good digital citizen isn't just about avoiding villains. It's also about taking care of yourself and finding some balance. Yeah, because as the slide shows, spending all this time online can actually affect our physical health. So Netizen N learns about ergonomics, the importance of good posture, not having the screen too close, and just taking breaks. It's a great reminder to balance our screen time with real-world stuff. Our hero's journey is just about done. They've learned about their footprints, the rules of the road, the dangers, and the best ways to defend themselves. So now it's time for one final test, a little challenge to prove they've really become a wise and responsible digital citizen. So here's the scenario. Netizen N finds a crumpled up piece of paper, and on it is the password to a classmate's account. What do? Well, all the lessons from the journey come flooding back. Being ethical and respectful of privacy means you don't use it. The right thing to do is to tell the classmates so they can change their password and stay safe. That's the choice of a true netizen. And with that, Netizen N's first big journey through the digital world comes to an end. But this whole story really just highlights one crucial thing. The online world is always changing, and while this particular adventure might be over, ours, the one where we have to make smart, ethical, and safe choices every single day, well, that's really just getting started.